Welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. Last time, we saw Joker escape certain death through an ingenious plan. But what if that hadn't happened? Yes, there is in fact a bad ending at this point. And I'm going to be showing it off now. And what I'll be doing is, I'll be showing it, and then afterwards I'll be giving my thoughts. So, here we go.
I have a responsibility to solve this case. I will win, even if it means brokering a deal with you. Your operation was leaked and you failed to change my heart. There's no point in being obstinate now. You've corrupted the order of this country and caused an uprising against its very existence. You'll most likely be given life imprisonment or the death penalty, unless you accept my proposal. Going forward, I will read a list of people who are closest to you and this case. Tell me honestly whether or not the following are involved with the Phantom Thieves. First, the friend who you've been with since the day you transferred to Shujin, Ryuji Sakamoto. One of the victims of the Kamoshida case, An Takamaki. Ichiryusai Madarame's pupil, Yusuke Kitagawa. The daughter of Wakaba Ishiki, Futaba Sakura. The heiress to the Okumura Foods legacy and daughter of its CEO, Haru Okumura. And the frequently probing student council president of Shujin Academy, Makoto Nijima. Those are your accomplices in the Phantom Thieves case, are they not?
There are two ways to get this bad ending. The first is to agree to sell out your allies. And yeah, the game pretty much tells you that this choice will give you a bad ending. So like I said earlier in the playthrough, it's not hard to avoid the bad ending, unlike Persona 4. For now, I'm going to turn this one down.
So you won't sell out your friends. Then let me change the question. I find it hard to believe that high schoolers could have pulled off these crimes by themselves. Were there not others outside of your direct group who encouraged your crimes or lent their aid? Not to repeat myself, but remember that your life will be forfeit if your sentence is not lightened. You had the cooperation of people outside your group, did you not? Can you tell me about them?
The second way to get this ending is to sell out your confidants.
So you have no qualms about selling out those who weren't your direct teammates. You've made a wise choice. Thank you. I'll do my best with what you've told me. I honestly expected you to have more of a backbone. It seems your reputation precedes you. Akechi-kun!
Why do you seem so surprised?
I needed my director to step in to get access, and I was directly responsible for this case. How did you get approval?
For the same reason you did. I am heading up the investigation team after all. It's only natural I'd have the right to interrogate our culprit as well, don't you think?
They assigned you command?
That was a joke, of course. I'm merely here to assist with the public security interrogation. I am surprised it's this far underground, though. There aren't any others incarcerated here, yes? Nobody would ever know if things got a little violent.
If I remember correctly, didn't you say there was another culprit besides the Phantom Thieves?
That was but a lie I spread to set them up. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I had deceived you too, Sai-san. After all, if you wish to trick your enemies, you must first trick your allies.
I got him to talk about his teammates.
Oh, is that so? I better perform well myself. I can't leave here without some kind of evidence now.
Good luck in there.
Foolish woman. ask that you accompany me? Going in unarmed to interrogate a murderer makes me uncomfortable.
Huh? What are you...
I owe you for all of this. Thanks. That's right. You and your little friends were vital to our plan, and now it will be completed. Have you finally pieced it all together? Case closed. This is how your justice ends.
Huh? Hey! Someone! He's dead! He's killed himself! Damn it! Where did he hide a gun?
In the end, your rehabilitation was not carried through. It appears I have overestimated you.
You incompetent prisoner! The assistance that we provided was all for naught.
Our game has ended. Ruin shall be coming momentarily. Enjoy spending the rest of your life in there, repenting for your actions.
So this lets you do a New Game Plus from the bad ending. I am not going to be doing that, obviously. So, that ending. I'll be perfectly honest here. As far as bad endings in Persona go, this is probably my least favorite one. The thing is, it's obvious that it works out that way because the way the story is structured, it's exactly what ends up happening in the normal story anyway. It's just that the Joker Akechi killed was the real one and not a cognition. The only real difference in those scenes is, apart from a couple of lines being gone from Akechi's pre-murder monologue, and that line, I feel like I forgot to do something important, and Saya saying I got him to sell out his teammates, everything there is the same as it is during the main story. So I normally like Persona bad endings that tell you something about the game or the overall story, like with Persona 4's bad endings really hammering in that you failed to find the truth and didn't pursue every possible avenue, and Persona 3's bad ending being more about deciding to live in the moment rather than think about the future. This one, it really is just you failing to get through to Saya, and thus you can't show her the phone, and so Akechi murders the real Joker. And even though, like, they do say, recall the bonds you had with your comrades and stuff, I still kind of feel like, to me, the only real significance the selling out your friends thing has is that, as I said during my commentary on the scenes in the main playthrough, it's all about appealing to Saya's sense of justice. By accepting her deal there, you're basically letting her get away with the dirty tactics that her shadow was pushing her towards, and therefore you failed to metaphorically change her heart, and she wasn't able to truly trust you, and so you weren't able to give the phone over. I'm not sure why in this ending Joker doesn't remember the stuff, like the drugs don't wear off in these events. It's really got nothing to do with the choices that he made. That's just how it happens. But really the main things I can take away from this ending are the fact that back when this game was new in Japan, this was one of the first cutscenes that made the rounds online, and it was thought to be exclusive to the bad ending. So when a lot of people saw it, they're like, whoa, the bad ending is really hardcore this time. I mean, it doesn't just imply that you failed and that the world is doomed, but your main character gets shot in the head with a lot of blood. It wasn't until later that people realized that exact scene still happens during the main storyline anyway, but it was definitely people's first indicator that, yeah, Persona 5 would be a lot darker than 3 and 4, and it would definitely earn its M rating. In Japan, I don't think I've mentioned this before, in Japan, while Persona 3 and 4, don't quite have the equivalent of the M rating in the US, they've got CROB ratings. Persona 5 has a C rating in Japan, and you can probably tell why now. The second takeaway that I have from this ending is, man, that song that played through the credits is pretty nice. I wonder if we'll be hearing it again during the main story. And on that note, I'll leave you. But I will say, this is the last time you'll hear me disappointed at a bad ending, because there are actually more bad endings in this game, and I have a lot more to say about those. Look forward to that later on, but for now, we rejoin the non-darkest timeline.